Welcome guys to my tutorial. So in this tutorial, the focus will be on looking at Go for Web3 development. We will be using the package Git-LTE. Git-LTE is actually a fork from Go Ethereum, but it's lighter, more easier to use, and the syntaxes are more easier and more straightforward to make blockchain permutations, which is write down the states on blockchain. But before we can get started, let's look at Go programming language, which will be our primary focus throughout this tutorial. And let's look at how best we can structure a folder for our project and also for your projects, for whatever you'll be building, learning from this tutorial, or any other personal job you want to get going. So to do this, we will need to structure a folder, create a Makefile, which is essential and it's a good practice when building our Go binaries for deployment, whether on a VM or you're running it locally, or wherever you intend to run your basically the file. So to get started, let's look at one of the best project structures for our Go project. To get started, we will need to create a bin folder. Then we will also need the CMD folder. So the bin folder is short for binary. That's where we'll be keeping our binary files. Then CMD folder is where we will be putting our main.go file, which is the entry point to our application. Then we'll have an internal folder where we will put all our business logic. So in the internal folder in Go, it's more or less like what you have for the controller when you're using JavaScript, TypeScript, basically Node.js for building APIs or any other applications that you'll be working on. Then we will also need a PKG folder, right? And with this, we're good, right? Aside from this, might also need to get a README file, right? We need to scrap the letters for this README. Then, sorry, this is incorrect. Let's correct this. That's MD. Okay, cool. I guess I left the cap lock on. So let's go to readme.md. This way, correct. Then our Makefile, which is very essential for what we'll be working on. So now let's initialize the project. So we go mod module init. Let's call this learning. Ideally, you're supposed to call it the name of the folder. So let's just call this Go tutorial. Right. Okay, so we now have our go.mode file, which houses the version of our Go and also the name of the module that we are currently running. Now, what we need to do is let's install the package, which will be the essence throughout this tutorial, git.lte. So go get github.com/ioshem/git-lte. Okay, so this gets installed, good, and alongside it comes every other prerequisite we will be needing to keep our application running, right? Now let's create our main.go. Let's create our main.go. So our main.go is the entry point to application. It should have a package main. Then let's just create a simple function, of course, our main function, and it just prints up just to be sure that we have our application running, right? So fmt, let's print line. Let's go getting started. Getting started. Okay, that's correct for me. Getting started. Cool. Now to confirm that our application is up, so we just go run main.go. Boom, we get an output here that says getting started. So our program is fine, our main.go is running, and so for the whole structure of this main.go file should be in here, right, in our CMD, in a command folder, right, because that's the entry point of application, and it should be called from the CMD file. And in the internal is where all our business logic should be. So if we have a particular folder we want to reference that, it should come from here and then be referenced here. So say for example we have let's call this hello go, right? Then it will package internal. Then say we have a function that says say hello. Now this function wants to return okay, let's not make this function return anything for now. Let's just say just for the simplicity of this, see, let's print from here hello guys. Okay, now the use of the capital, if you use a small letter here, right, this project will not be exported, this function. So the use of capital letter in Go is for exporting this particular function, right, or method. So when you come to our main.go here, we can call it here, we can say hello, right? Now why this is red is because in Go you need to reference that folder, right? So you need to go internal dot say hello, right? So now we're calling this internal folder and we're referencing the file inside of it. So you might be wondering why we're not saying hello, right? No, that's not how it works. It's folder that's been referenced, not the file name itself. So internal dot say hello. Now if we run our file now, we should have okay, yeah, we move this out to cmd. So let's go /cmd /. Sorry, yeah, this is correct. It should be correct. Okay. Now we have getting started on hello guys, right? So, but ideally, the best way to actually handle this is to run our package as a binary, right? That's the OLS of its main file. So let me just put this here, right? So I will walk you through what all of this does. So the binary name is a variable in the Makefile. So we're saying that we want every build here to have this name len, so that I'll pass it as a variable here. And then we're saying that the default goal of this make script is to run, right? Which is this command here, to run the binary. That's the main goal. Then this .funny, what is .funny does is that it tells the Makefile what exactly is a folder and what exactly is a file. So what we don't need and what we actually need, right? Now we have the build. This build here. What the build here does is it creates the binary builds, whether for Linux or for Darwin here is for Mac OS. So for Linux, we say Go operating system. That's what this goose means. Then Go architecture AMD64 build, and then pass a binary name. Then we just put a minus here so that we can track each of the binaries for Darwin and each one is for Linux, which is of course for Mac OS and for Linux. Then this build version control false is actually, we're just putting out the false because usually Go will ask you for a version, like for each of these build files. These files are being created. So that's that. Then the run here tells the Makefile to run this build, which will be of course Darwin here because we're running this on Mac OS. Then after that we tell it to clean, to delete all these files out when we call the remember that the default goal is to run, right? So if we call make clean, it will wipe out the files from our bin directory here, which is for binaries. Then go mode downloads. Then if you call make dependencies, what that does is downloads of the packages and the likes and all that. So let's get this built, right? So to do that, we just run make, just like that. And when you check here now, you will see that we have len minus Darwin, right? And it calls out get started and hello guys because it actually ran our main package, right? Because we referenced it here, right? /cmd/main. So it builds from our main package into all subfolders and all the other projects that have been referenced inside, right? So you can see, and if we want to now run this executable, we just do /bin /learn right? And you see it brings out get inside hello guys. The same way also works for an API. If you build an API the same way, you just run. It does only just need to run is executable and all your applications run from start to finish. But it's good to also note, if you're working with a .exe file, if you're putting this executable in a separate folder or somewhere, maybe on a VM, you need to put it alongside the env file, right? Because the executable will always, there's reference in its roots, of course, whatever folder it is, the .env file that you're working with. So I hope you learned something today, and how to build a proper project structure with Go, and using the Makefile as well to automate your build process. See you guys in the next tutorial.